special guest for our film industry pros here at Dade Academy, Mr. Caleb Sills. Everybody give him another round of applause. Okay, so walk us back through undergrad, and I know you said that that's where you kind of got your start, but when you first started getting into the digital media space and the film space, what was the first thing you were attracted to as a particular type of job, or what was your initial perception of the industry, and then how did you kind of grow into it?
Got you. That's a great question. So, like, to be honest with you guys, like, I really got my start really in photography. You know, I was just like a photographer around my college campus, shooting photos, shooting student events. A lot of my peers and stuff like that, they were graduated, so I took images and videos of different people, and, you know, for lack of better words, they kind of grew legs. So what that means is, it grew from me shooting photos to learning about video, and exploring the depths of that. So that's where it kind of went into. So there was never a point where, like, I just kind of started out and I was like, I'm gonna be a director. It was like, I became a photographer. I allowed that to grow into videography, learn videography, and then transition over to cinematography and directing.
How did you break over into like the director space, and was that in school or was that after you graduated?
I would say it was a combination of both. I started, again, I was shooting like a lot of, like, you know, recap content on campus and shooting like student organization events. And that grew into me shooting like music videos and commercials and things of that sort. And so through shooting that, like, obviously that leads me to being a director. And, you know, I'm wearing multiple hats. So I'm the director, the DP, you know, the editor. And so, like, I just kind of gravitated more towards the director's chair because, you know, and this is one thing that I'll say is the most important thing as a director in the film space is, like, just solving problems. You know, the more problems you solve on the set, the better. And that's how you really bring value in a real way in this space.
Okay. So in terms of directing, you mentioned music videos and also commercials.
Yeah.
So what is most of your work today, and what are the pros and cons of both of those types of jobs?
Oh man, that's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. I would say, like, it's cool to work with, you know, the J. Cole's and Future, you know, like, I can name 100 artists that, you know, we've all worked with in this space, but, like, really telling real stories to people is the most important thing. And that's what I've been able to explore when it comes to commercials. You know, most recently I was able to shoot a diaper bank in Buffalo, New York. Black single mother. This is a Lifetime commercial that I actually worked on and directed. And, you know, it's like telling these stories about these different communities and different people. Commercials just opens the door for that, where you can do that in the music video space, but it's not as, I'm not able to tell the story as well as I would like to in the music video space. But with commercials, the creative is a little bit more open, I'll say.
Right. You're dealing with a lot of egos and personalities.
Yeah, it's a lot of chiefs, you know,
right?
Like a lot of chiefs in the room. So that's always the case with, you know, music videos and labels and stuff like that. They really have a specific look that they want for that, you know what I mean? Whereas it's so many different types of commercials, it's so many different types of documentaries, it's so many different types of, like, you know, feature films and stuff like that. Like, being able to come on the set and understand what the needs are and really solving real problems for real people. I would say also, it's three things that I always try to focus on when I'm working on production, is how well you're managing your time, how well you're managing your money, and how well you're managing expectations. That's the three things that I really try to focus on.
Give us some of your highlights. Drop some names for us, some of the celebrities you work with, some of the corporations for the commercials,
yeah.
And then also let us know what you're working on right now.
Yeah, so great question. So just to name drop, a few different names. I've directed videos for J. Cole, Playboy Cardi. Man, the list goes on. Lil Baby, Future. Done stuff with, I don't know if you guys are familiar with like Casey Veggies. Done some stuff with, currently working on 2 different projects with T-Pain. Music Soul Child, it's so many. So that's on the artist side as far as brands. Currently work with Nike, Puma, Lifetime, the Athlete's Foot, House of Hoops. It's so many, but
It's a lot of sports-based brands.
yeah, a lot of sports-based brands. Let me see, it's a few others. Jack Daniels, definitely stay away from that. Trying to think what else. There's a few. How has directing helped me build relationships? So directing has helped me build relationships because 9 times out of 10 I'm working with like a producer that's having to like hire a crew. Basically, so on the crew side, like I know like a lot of great crew from different projects just through that. When it comes to like just gaining new clients, I guess is that the question, like just extending my network in that way. I always look at it like this, like every project that you work on and do, you should get 3 new clients from that. That's a good rule of thumb, because if you do a great job, you deliver on time, you're professional, you take care of yourself, they should be able to tell 3 people about what you did. And even if they don't say anything, the video will speak for itself as well. Work will speak for itself. So that's how I've been able to extend my network over the years, and it's been steadily growing and growing because we're consistently putting out, great work. So the second part of the question though, what was it again? I'm sorry. Where do I get inspiration from? Man, like I got a great network of people that I'm working with. I have great friends. So I get inspiration from my friends, man. Shout out to Mr. Files, for example. Like, we used to work together or currently still do for years, man. And like, I'm inspired by him, for example. Like, just seeing the work that he has been doing since the day I met him. Like, that's inspiring in itself. Just somebody who has, I think we were just talking about consistency, like just somebody who has that consistency. Like that's inspiring because like we don't really see that, from our own kind. So like just seeing that from him. Also like I do get inspiration from, like a lot of the greats too, that I haven't met. Like, Ava DuVernay, Barry Jenkins.